My point of this video, like I said, is not to bash black spaces, black voices, because I love all of those things. But I do think that it's past time that the negativity, the toxicity, it needs to be accounted for, and it needs to be addressed, and it doesn't need to continue, because there's no purpose for it, and it does way more damage than it does any help. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaris. If this is your first time watching any videos from my channel, welcome. If you're a returner, then welcome. I would like to invite you to like, comment, subscribe, or just share to a friend. But please comment, because nobody does. Some feedback would be nice. Today, y'all don't know how long I had to re-record this video. I definitely had to re-record this video. The first time I made it, I was like in some really harsh light. I was using my ring light, and you could see like my makeup was just not blended well. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just put in the description box my don't come for me and my makeup. But then as I was editing, like the background noise was just all in the way. So I was like, no ma'am, no ma'am. But okay, without further ado, let's get into the channel. Oh wait, nope. Skirt. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Off topic. Didn't do my edges though. Don't look at me. Just don't look at me, but hear me. Yeah. I took notes and I brought notes. If you see me like looking down like every once in a while, it's because I'm just referring to the notes. I really want to talk about this topic. This is something that has really been on my heart. I feel like the Lord put it on my heart like a while ago, but I just really haven't had the words. And I may struggle to put my words together properly just to get across the point that I would like to get across. I do want to preface this video by just saying, I love black spaces. I love black voices. I love our culture. I love that we have the ability to relate over, just our similar experiences in life. That's beautiful, because historically we have been denied that opportunity. And if we had it, then it was always frowned upon. But now, in this day and time, as a free black woman, as a citizen, I really want to bring attention to how some of the most prominent voices on social media and the black community are very toxic, and how they promote just a culture of divisiveness, and how that's really not okay, and how it has affected this generation, and how it's affecting the generation under me, and how it will probably affect the generation after if nothing is done. So my point of this video, like I said, is not to bash black spaces, black voices, because I love all of those things. But I do think that it's past time that the negativity, the toxicity, it needs to be accounted for, and it needs to be addressed, and it doesn't need to continue, because there's no purpose for it, and it does way more damage than it does any help. I'm gonna be honest, this video, at first it was just really gonna be like a group video. I was gonna get some of my friends together, and we were just gonna, talk about like my black friends. No offense to my white friends, but talking about like, like our community, like the funny things about it, like all the hee hee ha ha, and like I was gonna definitely talk about toxicity, but I was gonna let everyone put in their opinion on like what they view as toxic, and if something, just how that like weighs on them. But that didn't happen, and I'm pretty glad that didn't happen, because I came across a study that changed everything. I think the information that I came across should be relayed to other people, to anyone that is willing to listen, because but okay, I'm gonna start. If you see the cover of this video, The 3 images are the Shade Room, Kevin Samuels, and it's a Twitter logo, but the Twitter logo that I use is meant to represent Black Twitter. And I'm gonna go in order of really just voicing my praises and complaints for each category. So starting with the Shade Room, I remember, like I said, starting with the Shade Room. I believe I was a sophomore in high school. I was following the Shade Room because this was when Instagram was like not as popular as it is now. Like not everyone didn't have Instagram, but if you had one, you weren't getting like hundreds and hundreds of likes. You know, if you got 100, you was popping. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got 60, you was popular. But if you got 100, like, who are you? Like, you're cool. But no, really, like, I remember being on Instagram and I was following the Shade Room, and I had a conversation with one of my then friends. It was this same conversation, and we were just talking about how toxic the Shade Room is. Like, their name is literally the Shade Room. They throw shade. Like, there's nothing positive about the Shade Room. Nothing at all. One second. So, like I was saying, the Shade Room really doesn't have much positivity in their name, but definitely if you look at their content, it's not positive. It's all about, it's a gossip site. It's very much a breeding ground for toxicity, and it gives people, especially Black people, like a free pass to talk about celebrities or really anything that goes viral. And my beef here is, this is an incredible platform. The Shade Room has 25.5 million followers right now and is only going to continue growing. But because I tell you, I'm going to be honest with you, like, I get on Instagram almost every day, and almost every day I unfollowed them a long time ago, but almost every day I see someone post something from the Shade Room. Like, the Shade Room has pull. Shade Room got it. Like, the Shade Room is, like I said, an incredible platform, and I applaud that, because why wouldn't I? You know, I love the fact that my people can do that. Like I said, historically it has been denied. Like, that's wonderful that we can have our own space and our own place and talk about our own community. But here's the thing: why would we take that platform, or why would you want a platform that big that talks about the negative side of people of my color? Like, I take offense to that. Like, I have beef with that. Like, I have a problem with that. If you look at the Shade Room's most recent post, the thing that gets me the most, though, hold on, let me finish my point. If you look at their most recent post, it's probably going to be about Kanye, Kim Kardashian, Tristan Thompson. And if you don't know by now, those 3 names are rather, like, all the news that goes around those names has to do with infidelity, divorce, or really just something traumatic or something not good. Like, it's always the exposing of someone else's personal life that is probably very devastating to the people involved. And just because the Shade Room usually talks about celebrities does not mean that it's okay. Like I said, the Shade Room really gives a pass for people to feel like they can talk about other people's lives. And then you wonder why your life is dramatic. You wonder why you don't have any peace in your life, because what you feed into your spirit, people might say, it's not that deep. It's not that deep.
It's that deep.
It is that deep. You can, like I said, I'll be honest, I get on Instagram every day. If I'm the only one who gets on Instagram every day, well, then everyone here is a damn lie. If you got on Instagram yesterday, I'm pretty sure you're going to get on it today. That's just how it is. I'm not saying you're addicted to it. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But the reality is, most people get on Instagram every day. And you follow these gossip sites and these pages that not only talk about the failures of Black people, because having a divorce is a failed relationship. It really is. And I just can't imagine myself being in that situation. I will never be Kanye. Okay, I will never be Kim. Show us how won't be Kim. But understand, anyone can go viral nowadays. Something happened to you, something embarrassing happens to you, and someone records it, you're now a celebrity. Even if it's for 10 minutes, if it's your 10 minutes of fame, or if you, hey, you know what I'm saying, get that 10 minutes and expand into like a year, like, you know, like, because that happens. We know anyone can be a celebrity, really, in this day and age, with the way social media is now and the access to all the technology and all the sites, and everyone has a fan group. I mean, anyone can really be a celebrity. Like, that's just the fact of the matter. Like, anyone can really go viral. But understand, if something happens to you that's embarrassing, the Shade Room is going to be the first to out you. And my problem with that is that they usually out black people. And their defense is very much like, well, we're only promoting what people have already said about themselves. It's already out there. We're just, you know, reposting it. The Shade Room instigates. Their caption, most of the time, ends with the sentence, "What y'all think, roomies?" Anyone who asks you what you think wants to know your opinion so they can give you your own, or just to stir the pot. The Shade Room doesn't necessarily reply to the comments, but they stir the pot. They give people, they open the door for people to talk. They talk. And that's really not cool. Because who asked any of us? Really? Who asked any of us? Do you really think Kanye needs anybody commenting on his divorce? You're posting about Tristan Thompson not because he's an NBA player, but because he's the ex-boyfriend to one of the Kardashians who always has cheated on her. And so you're going to post a picture talking about, oh, Tristan Thompson is letting us know what kind of time he's on. Why? Why did you feel the need to post that? Like, why? It's like the black TMZ. And I don't support TMZ. Because why are you in someone's business? Like, really asking other people, like, really imagine that. You going through a divorce. The Shade Room, they found some screenshots of the papers that the lawyer wrote up. Okay. Next thing you know, you're on Instagram and everyone's talking about, oh, bruh, he filed divorce from her because she da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The Shade Room would love that. And you don't have to be a celebrity for that to happen. As long as it's juicy, as long as it has any type of drama, as long as it's something that people are going to look at and be able to look, like, point and laugh at someone else, the Shade Room will take something and run. All they need is drama. And if it's you, that's just too bad. That should bother more people. Like, that really should. I'm going to tell you my breaking point with the Shade Room, though, was actually, I think it was a year or two ago, whenever Dwayne Wade's child, Zaya Wade, came out, I believe is transgender. Don't shoot me. Don't start arguing. I know how y'all like to tussle about those pronouns. I'm not with that, so don't hate me. I remember whenever, I believe he came out as transgender or was identifying himself as a female. And I have my own opinion on that, but I'm not even going to voice my opinion because it doesn't matter. Like, it matters, but that's not the point I'm trying to get across. I just remember the Shade Room had posted the reactions to the post went viral, and I found the post. And so I was like, and I saw the post and I was like, oh shoot. When everything was going on with Zaya Wade, I remember the Shade Room posting basically what was going on, him coming out and literally asking people, what y'all think, roomies? Okay. I'm gonna tell you something. Black people love to gossip. Okay, people in general love to gossip, but like I said, if I haven't said it, I'm gonna say it now. If you're black, please watch this video. If you're not black, watch this video. I'm really talking to my community right now, but I feel like a lot can be learned. I like to talk. Like I said, people in general like to talk, but definitely my community. And when it comes to the LGBTQ community, I would say that a lot of black men are not on board with that. A lot of black straight men are not on board with that. If they are, and it's probably not very public. It has increased now. No, a lot of niggas just not going for that. Uncles and grandparents, like, and parents, they're not going for that. And they are violently against that. Like I said, I have my own opinion on it. If you know me, then you know my viewpoint on it. Or if you've watched any of my previous videos, then you know my viewpoint on it. Not going to get into right now, but my problem with the Shade Room posting that was, it was, like I said, an invitation for people to just eat this kid alive. Like, oh my God, the comments, the feedback. Like, Boosie was on Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle's head. Like, he was like, and it wasn't just him, but it's the fact that the Shade Room has that much pull to where, okay, we post this, like, celebrities can give feedback too, because celebrities follow the Shade Room. Y'all, the Shade Room was really like, it got pulled. Like, I don't know how to explain it any deeper. Like, they got pulled. They really do. Like, I work in media. That is a big media outlet. Like, the Shade Room has mad pull. I said this earlier, but it's just a breeding ground for people to feel like they can talk about someone else's issues when the whole time, behind closed doors, you were struggling to pay your rent. And you're over here talking about some kid. And just piggybacking off of that, the reason that bothered me, it triggered me so much, is because whether I disagree with the parenting style or not, whether I disagree with what the kid said or not, opening that door for people in the world to talk about him like that is really hateful. That's really evil. I'm going to run through some statistics with you. And this is why I took this video more serious than I was originally going to. Because this is real, y'all. Social media, as we know, has really affected this generation. It has affected all of society. It has people checking over their shoulders. It has people like in their heads all the time because they're constantly comparing themselves to someone they don't know. It's just, social media can be a very troubling world if you're not confident in yourself. If you have no identity in yourself, it can be a very troubling world to navigate. It really can, because it affects you whether you believe it or not. But you do control who you follow. Like, these words are important. You follow this person, you follow that page. That means whatever they post, you're really co-signing with. You know what I'm saying? Especially a page like the Shade Room. They post like 50 times a day. Following the Shade Room is not like following a regular person. They're constantly posting. They're constantly putting things in your face. It's a media. It's media. And it's toxic. They'll post like 20 different screenshots from Sweetie, Quavo, Tristan Thompson, Kanye, freaking like Megan Fox. Like, they'll just post whatever. And then have one post where it's like, don't forget to thank God today for waking you up. Shut up. How dare you? You don't care nothing about God. You don't care nothing about God. And that's my real beef with the Shade Room, is that they like to throw shade and then put a sprinkle of Jesus on top, like, and then serve it to you like it's something good. Like they're really promoting something good out here. They are not. Like I said it once. I said it again. If it was you who had something viral happen to you and something embarrassing happen to you, the Shade Room is going to be on it. Especially if you're black. Because their target group, their target demographic is black people. But let me go through these studies real quick, like I said I would. Black boys aged 5 through 12 are more likely to die by suicide than any other age group. Suicides among black children are up 71% in the past decade. If you think about a decade, the past decade has been like social media's prime time. You had the prime of maybe the end of the prime of Facebook, definitely the prime of Twitter and Instagram, Snapchat, whatever else. Specifically relating to Zaya Wade, 1 in 3 black trans youth attempt suicide. 2021 was the deadliest year on record for transgender and non-gender conforming people, meaning they were killed. That wasn't even talking about the suicide rate. That was just a very, like, 2021 was just a violent year for people who struggle with their gender. Going back to Dwayne Wade's child fits into this demographic very well. Zaya Wade is 14 years old. In 2019, so about 3 years ago, that's whenever Zaya came out about, I believe, like the whole transgender guy to girl. Y'all bear with me. I'm not with the pronouns. That breaks my heart because, like I said, I'll just say it. I'm a Christian. I don't believe that, like, the whole, like, I believe your identity is found in Jesus, and that's where I stand with that. Like, it goes deeper than that, but that's not what this video is about today. But what I can disagree with something, but see when I can disagree with something, but I would never give other people a door to a child to talk down on them. Because the thing is, like I said, the Black community, a lot of men especially, do not like when other men are gay or do not know their identity. Little do they know that a lot of men are the reason why a lot of other men don't know their identity, but that's neither here nor there. Actually, it is either here or there, but that's a different video. That's a different video. But it just really broke my heart that the Shade Room would really instigate and stir the pot like that for this child who is in a very tender age. Zaya was a preteen at this point. And like, I just ran through these statistics with you. I'm quite sure having the whole world talk about you and poke fun of you, especially your community, would probably make you a little suicidal. I mean, this kid already doesn't know his identity. And like I said, it doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you stand on. If you can really sit here and say it was okay for the Shade Room to really promote that information and just stir the pot the way they did, something's wrong with you. That's really evil. That's really evil. Like, there's no word, there's no if and but about it. That shit was evil. Because the feedback from that, knowing that your target demographic is Black people, knowing how people feel about that, knowing how the Black community is not open to that, really. If we're going to be real about it, has there been progression? Sure. But no, the Black community really not on board with that, especially men. And men hurt when other men tell them things. Like, your words carry weight. Am I about to cry? No, I'm not finna cry. Don't cry in this video. 1 in 3 Black trans attempt suicide. Just a fact. Like, you don't have to agree with it. I don't agree with it. I'm not going to put someone, even if I disagree with them, in a situation to where I can obviously see they are struggling with themselves and their identity. I'm not going to put them on the spot and make them listen or have them even have the opportunity to really listen to the world's opinion on what they should or should not do. No, that's a terrible thing to do. Listening to the opinions of everyone in the world would drive you crazy. Who can live like that? Who can live like that? And it makes you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. The Shade Room, screw y'all for that. That was messed up. That was so messed up. And people should pay more attention to stuff like that. They just stirred a pot. And all these kids that are committed suicide, these are kids that have been ages 5 through 12. That means that they were born in the prime of social media. Social media really has affected how kids see themselves. And like I said, the Shade Room has 25.5 million followers. So they definitely have accountability in this. And I'm going to hold them to it because that's not okay. It's not okay. It's really heartbreaking. The Shade Room was also the page that introduced me to their toxic cousin, Kevin Samuels. Yeah. And I know in a previous video, I actually tried a little bit to defend what Kevin Samuels says, like, not all of it, but I pulled that card of, well, he makes some valid points. You know who else make valid points? Satan and my exes. They make valid points too. 1 valid point out of 100 wrong points is still a terrible ratio. If you don't know who Kevin Samuels is, a businessman by his own words. I believe him, I guess. I know him mostly for his Instagram and his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is pretty much a lot of videos from his Instagram live. And he goes live with a lot of women and men, but his lives with women go viral because he has been known for being real when in reality he's being a bully, but his being masked is being real. He's being a bully a lot of the time. He, like I said, he might make 1 valid point out of every 100, but he says things to women like, you're an unmarriable. Okay, nice. If you have children, then you should be honored if a man, especially a high quality man, even looks at you. Got it. A high quality man, you should just accept that he cheats because he has stuff to do. And your job is to look good. Thank you, Kevin. And it's the fact that the Shade Room knows that those comments are problematic. The Shade Room ain't stupid now. The Shade Room know exactly what they're doing, but they don't care about what's positive. They care about, okay, how can we get all eyes on us? A lot of these very big media pages are still clout chasing. Promoting other people's drama is clout chasing. Waiting for someone else's downfall just so you can promote it is clout chasing, because your intent of doing it is to get more followers, more comments, is to get more clicks at the expense of someone else's trauma. They gotta go. So obvious. The Shade Room doesn't care anything about us as people, even though they are made by our people. That crab in a barrel mindset, that's real. And the Shade Room is a great example of it. Literally, the Shade Room is here, but everyone they post about, they are made to present them like they are here. If that don't bother you, then I can't really talk to you. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get on Kevin Samuels. I'm gonna wrap this up. The Shade Room introduced me to Kevin Samuels. Like I said, through a post, I saw like someone posted something on their story, clicked on it, goes to the Shade Room page, and now I'm seeing like who this dude is. All right. I'm sure he was also posted by Spiritual World Star, maybe, I don't know. They got some play in this too, but the Shade Room takes the cake by far. But really, Kevin Samuels, he also has a large platform, millions of followers, and he's a big face in the Black community. What he represents really is toxic misogyny. Now, let me just say, just because I use them words, I'm not a feminist. I will submit to somebody's son, all right? But I'm a woman, and you're not going to disrespect me. Not on my watch. No, but for real. Like, you're not, like, and Kevin Samuels is just straight up disrespectful. And he's very divisive. He promotes this idea that it's man versus woman, but it's not. How am I ever gonna get married to somebody if I feel like my counterpart is my enemy? I'm no enemy to no man. No man is the enemy of me. I'm not beefing with any guys. But Kevin Samuels, with him having such a strong voice as a man, his words do have influence. And what he tells other women and men they should be doing, and what he tells them to value themselves by, is so far from, first of all, what he claims to represent, which is Christ. And it's also so far from the truth. So still Christ. He is wrong. If we're just going to talk for real, you are not a high value man based on your pocket, based on your dick size. Like, you're not a high value man based on your sexual performance, how many girls you can get, and your money. If that's all you had to offer, I would just happily die single, first of all. And for women, we're not high value based on, let me just tell you something, I love my body. We're not high value based on our body. We're not high value based on our money and our ability to make a man look good. Stop listening to him. He literally says that he has run 3 different singles ministries. Y'all need to go check on them churches. Go check on all them people that he ministered to. He has also actually said,
30 years old, understand something. What should have happened is your father or your uncle or your older brother should have taken you to a whorehouse at about 18 years old to get you to lose your shit. That's what the best little...
He's also said you should just get used to cheating. That's narcissistic. What? That's crazy. And the fact that we are really giving him attention. I'm only giving him attention to point out the fallacies that he's stating. We gotta start holding each other accountable. Kevin Samuels should not have this much clout. Y'all want to cancel people so quick. Cancel this nigga. What are we doing? Happy Black History Month. Now, my final point is going to be on Black Twitter. And this is going to be really brief because Black Twitter is probably the least problematic in my opinion. But it is definitely a subculture that has major pull. Black Twitter is part of the reason, and just Twitter in general is part of the reason why I got off of Twitter. I still have an account, but I haven't been active in over a year. I can say that I believe Black Twitter actually does try to advocate for trends that actually do need attention. I believe Black Twitter, for the most part, has purer intentions than Kevin Samuels and the Shade Room combined. But I will say that the mob mentality that goes on in those Twitter threads is something serious. Okay, if someone actually didn't like President Obama, they are not white. They are not white because they disagree with you. Nothing can change a black person from being black. Nothing can change a white person from being white. Nothing can change that. We have such a groupthink mentality. That's not authentic. That's not real. I don't gotta think like you just for me to be black. Nigga, if you die right now, I'ma still be black. On my license, I'm gonna be black. To a cop, I'm black. On my job applications, I'm black. Black Twitter has a mob mentality. Yeah, for sure. A lot of black people do. Said, I'm gonna calm down. I got aggressive right there. I did, but I'm really passionate about this. I read those statistics, y'all. I really hope that hit home, because all the suicides, y'all, the suicide rate among black children is up 71%. Really, my closing point is gonna be kind. Be respectful. Be kind to people. And don't go out of your way to hurt somebody's feelings, especially someone of your color. In this month, like, focus on that. The history our ancestors have done, they did a great job. They have got us here. Y'all, we got to do better. And that's the only reason I made this video. So I really hope you watch the whole thing. I hope you enjoy. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And I love y'all. All right, come back next week. Bye.